What's up guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to an updated video on how to install BakkesMod for Rocket League on the PC. So this will work for both the Steam and the Epic Games version of Rocket League. And before we start, you'll need a few things to make sure that you can actually use this. So obviously first, this is only for Rocket League on the PC. You cannot use this on console Rocket League. You're going to actually need to own Rocket League, whether it be on or from Steam or the Epic Games launcher or store. It is free, so it's easy enough to own. And so the last thing you'll need is obviously the BakkesMod application or file. So you can go into Google or your favorite search engine, and all you have to do is type in BakkesMod, for Google at least, and it should be the first result here. It'll be very blank and by itself, and again it should be at the top. And then when you click into that, it'll bring you to a pretty much a blank page, like web page here. So you'll hit download now. So that'll bring you to this page, and here's just a little thing. You can actually create or support the creator of the BakkesMod program if you want to, by using his creator code inside of Rocket League. So it's pretty cool that we live in a day and age that you can do stuff like that. But you'll just have to click here to download, and that'll get you a zip file. And we'll go ahead and open that. And the only thing in the zip file should be the BakkesMod setup.exe. So on Windows 10, you have this extract all option. If you're on an older version of Windows, or if you don't have this, you'll either have to use WinZip or some other kind of program to unzip the file. But we're going to go ahead and hit extract all. It's just going to go to our download folder, so we're just going to hit extract. So if we open up the downloads, you can see it is right here. And so this is the extracted file. And then all you have to do now is click on the BakkesMod setup.exe file. It'll give you a little pop-up asking for admin rights, or basically saying you approve the program to make changes to your system. So you just hit yes on that. That was what that black screen was. Then it'll give you a setup box, and it'll say that it's going to close any instances of Rocket League and BakkesMod. Is this okay? So you'll hit yes there. And then you'll just pick your file location. It needs at least 18 megabytes of free disk space, so not very much. So I'm just going to leave it default. We're going to let it create a desktop shortcut, and then we're going to hit install. So it says BakkesMod is now installed. If you're running into issues, you may need to whitelist it in your antivirus. Do you want to view documentation on whitelisting? So I've downloaded this mod a few times and I've never had issues with this, so I'm going to hit no. And then the last pop-up is to launch BakkesMod, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go over some housekeeping for the mod. So this is what it looks like when you start it up. It'll say Rocket League up to date, if it's up to date obviously, and it says uninjected. It's waiting for us to start Rocket League. The first thing I would do when you install this mod is go to the settings tab. I would uncheck run on startup, and I would uncheck hide when minimized. So this will keep BakkesMod from starting up with your computer, and it'll also keep it to where when you minimize it, it goes down here onto your taskbar instead of when you minimize it going over here and hiding in this little hidden icons. I don't know what you would call it. The reason for that is because while you will not get banned on Rocket League for using BakkesMod, if you have it running and you go into a different game, say Fortnite, say PUBG, Warzone, possibly even anything with an anti-cheat system, it could pick up BakkesMod in the background. Even if you're not trying to cheat, it could pick that up as you trying to cheat. So you could potentially get banned from other games. So that's why it's important to keep it to where it's not running on startup, and when it's minimized, it's down in your taskbar. When you're not playing Rocket League, you just close out of BakkesMod as easy as hitting the close button. And then if you need to open it back up, you just click on the icon and it boots right back up. So you can also check your task manager. It'll be up here in the apps when it's running. And so when you close it, it's gone. So that's an easy way to check. Just make sure you don't start up any other games other than Rocket League with BakkesMod running. So now we're going to go over the process of injecting BakkesMod into Rocket League. It's really an easy process. All you have to do is hit the icon, click on it to where it opens the mod. It'll say uninjected, waiting for user to start Rocket League. And from there, you just have to start up Rocket League. And then we can show you how it goes. So it says injecting DLL. It'll say injected, press F2 in-game for options menu. And it registers that it's the Epic Games version of the Rocket League. And here we are inside of Rocket League. So this is my car. So this is my Fennec. As you can see, I switched to my Twinser. It's orange. So there's nothing applied to the cars right now. If I do hit F2, I get the menu opened up inside of Rocket League. I'm not going to go into detail of all the tabs. This is just an install guide and kind of a basic overview of the items tab. So if you want me to do a video going through everything in the mod, let me know down below in the comments and we can definitely do that. But for the sake of this video, it's just install and going over what's probably going to be the most used tab by people installing the game or installing the mod, being the items tab. So again, you can see this is my Fennec over here, and we have it set to the Fennec preset. So one thing that is probably the most questioned is, can you use a different car like that you don't have? And that answer is no, you cannot. You have to own the car. As you can see here, if I enable item mods, it puts, all the stuff that I already had selected onto the car. It does not let you change what car you're using. I can go through and change the decals if I want, and the rims and the boost and the paint finish and all this other stuff. But you have to use a preset car. So you can see right here, as I click through my different presets, it's going to change what car body it's using as well. And so one of the reasons, probably the main reason, the only reason I would assume that this does that, is because anything that you see right here with this enable item mods, is only showing on your screen. So if you play online and you think that you're showing off to your friends or something along those lines, say like, oh, I got titanium white is a pretty sought after, color for a car, but I have an orange Fennec with, rose gold, pink even, the Emerald Pros. Don't try to do that because they will not see that car. What they will see is if you click enable item mods to where it's disabled, they're going to see whatever this car is. So they're going to see whatever your default preset is, or not your default preset, but your setup preset of your garage. So like if I went in with a Twinser right now, this is what other people online would see. They would not see this if I had it enabled. I would only see this because it's client side. It's not everybody wide. So I hope that makes sense. Basically, just don't go bragging to your friends because they're not going to see the same thing you see. So just put it at that. But the reason that is, or the reason you can't use or swap out the bodies here is because every car has a different hitbox. Now, some of them do share hitboxes, but like if I was using the Fennec and I tried to switch it to the Dominus, obviously they have different hitboxes. Like the Fennec uses the Octane hitbox. So you obviously can't do that because then the game would get confused and I would assume that it would try to use whatever the preset is set to, but nonetheless, you can't do that. So, alright, so now that we kind of went over that, I want to go over exiting out of the mod. The rest of this video is kind of just going to be some troubleshooting and answering some questions. I did make another video prior to this about 8 months ago, maybe 6 to 8 months, whenever Epic or BakkesMod was released and compatible with Epic Games Store. I made a video, and so there's like a ton of questions on that video, and I just want to kind of take the time to try to answer a few of them. So if you got to this point and you're not having any issues, feel free to leave. I'm glad it worked out for you. If you are having issues, we're about to go into some of those. So we're going to go ahead and quit out of Rocket League. And as we get back to the desktop, you can see BakkesMod is still open, and it's waiting for us to inject or open up Rocket League again so it can re-inject the mod. So first step, we're not playing Rocket League anymore right now. So big thing, I'm exiting out. So the next thing I kind of want to go over is keyboards, because that's really one of the big things that I got questions about. Obviously, there are many different types of keyboards. So here is a list of different size keyboards, and primarily what we need is this F2 key, because that is how you open the mod. So you can see a full-size keyboard here has a full row of dedicated function keys, so F1 through F12. 10 keyless is the next size, and it as well has the full row of function keys, and that's actually the kind of keyboard I have. You have 75%, which I don't think is a very common keyboard, but you still have a full row of function keys there. But 65% is kind of where you lose that. So 60 and 65 are probably some of the most popular keyboards as well, but you do lose that dedicated row of function keys. So in 65%, you only have the arrow keys, and then at 60%, that's kind of what you'll lose is those arrow keys here. So we're going to go over the 60% because it'll kind of like be universal for both of these. But this right here is actually a Razer Huntsman Mini keyboard, and I've actually pulled up the website. You can see here, it doesn't have the function keys, but on the 2 numeric key below it, it's got the F2. So you still have a function row across the top. It's just you have to get there a different way. And so basically with this Huntsman Mini, there is an FN button right here. So a function key. So you have to click and hold that, and then you can hit the numeric 2 key, and that'll give the same prompt as if somebody on one of these keyboards up here just had to hit the F2 key. So definitely make sure you try that if you're having issues opening the mod. Again, you have to hit there's a function key, so it's FN over here, and then you just have to hit the numerical 2 key while you're holding that function button in, and that should open the mod for you. So definitely try that if you're having issues. This might be the same for laptops as well, because not all laptops have a full row of the function keys, and some of the laptops or some of the keyboards even may have a row of function keys, but they may be primary to like multimedia tools or shortcuts, and then the F1 through F12 may have to be, you may have to hit the FN key to get those F1 through F12 operations. So that's the first step. We'll go ahead and jump into the website again for BakkesMod, because there's another thing that I would like to show you for troubleshooting purposes. So this one is outdated. So if you're having issues, just Google BakkesMod. This wiki on here is outdated, but they do have one on Fandom. And I will have a link to all the necessary things down below in the description. But if you have trouble running the mod, it's asking you to check the troubleshooting page. And then on this page, there is just a list of things, little things here and there that could be wrong. So just try to run through, find your scenario here, and try to run through the little steps. And then if you come to the bottom, you can see here they have an other section. It does say that the Discord that they actually had up here is closed. They used to have a Discord server where you could go in and ask about issues that you were having. But if none of the steps above have worked for you and you've tried everything, they do have a subreddit here, or a link to a subreddit. So they want you to go in, read that, and then if you still are having issues, make a post in that subreddit, and hopefully one of the developers or somebody along the lines of the community can assist you in your issue. So definitely go check that out if you are running into issues with everything. But I've downloaded the mod a few times and I've never ran into any issues. It may just be luck of the draw. And I mean, some people might just have really random hardware issues and stuff like that. But if you are having issues, you can also try to, inside the mod, it's got check for updates. So if you hit that, it'll check BakkesMod for updates. And you can try to reinstall it directly from the mod here. So they do have a link to the troubleshooting here. I'm assuming it takes you, right to the fandom page, which is nice. So there's a lot of things there. I will end on the final question that I've been asked a few times in my other video of, will this give you or give the computer a virus? I've downloaded BakkesMod again. It's probably been 7 or 8 times at this point. And I have never ran into any issues with it. There have been plenty of people that have downloaded it without any issues. But I will put this disclaimer, you are still downloading something from the internet. And while I have confidence that the site is secure, that doesn't mean that there can't be something that happens. It's very slim, I would say, but you always download something at your own risk. So if you don't feel comfortable with it, then, you just don't download it. But I've never personally had any issues with it, and there's probably hundreds of thousands of people that have downloaded and used BakkesMod without any issues. So we'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with the biggest tip from the video dealing with BakkesMod. We're done recording. We're done playing Rocket League. I'm exiting out of BakkesMod and making sure that I don't get banned in any other games. So I hope you guys found the video helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. Other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day and happy training with your new BakkesMod tool.